Hillary, I'm I don't say much. I mean, you go through what you choose to go through. Why would I say something mean to you? I mean, sometimes I do, I guess, but you want me to say the truth? I'm not going to say it. You have to make your own reality. That's part of the fun of life is making your own reality, and you have to live with the decisions that you've made. Um, I have some wonderful friends that respect me, and they would never make fun of me, or they empathize and sympathize with my disorder, and they don't look at me in any sort of way that would be compromising of my integrity as an artist. They're just like, it's tough to have bipolar. Um, as for me, when you treated me, I was sitting there and I was trying to make your job easier. I was like, don't worry about it. We don't have to apply all these places, just the ones on the bus line. And you like got up and started screaming at me. And Callista had just been in there and her needs were not being met. She wanted friends to play with. And I'm like, well, send her to school. Let her play with her friends. I think you're in such a rush and a push to be the best mom ever that you're forgetting a lot of things that could be done that would make your life easier and your kids' lives easier. I think with you as a child, I wanted to prove that I was the best mom. And, mom came up and helped, like, gave me a break and helped out. Um, I don't know. You know everything. I know nothing. And that's just the way it's going to be, even though I've got 23 goddamn years of survival, just surviving and going through stuff and going to school, knowing people, making relationships, going through an alcoholic marriage, being stuck in a marriage that I didn't have money, um, being lied to, being abused. Not that you ever saw it, but the physical abuse was there with Jerry, mentally and physically abused in an abusive alcoholic relationship, and I finally got out, and then Kent died. That was terrible. 6 years of him struggling with leukemia, which you could never see. You weren't even here. You're in California doing your life, making your choices. Um, you're in a new marriage. You haven't been married that long. You're young. You've got a lot on your plate. You got the two little kids. You don't have as much money. Matt says you have plenty of money, but you don't have that much money. Not compared to a lot of people. Um, you're in school. You're talking about getting another job, a baby. The solidifying the relationship with Matt, with the child. Whew, it's tough. I mean, another baby. So, then you just get mad at me and you pull away. And do your kids understand that I'm not sick? I mean, you use that as an excuse. I haven't been in the hospital for 2 years. And you tell your kids a lie. You lie because you don't like what I'm saying or doing, and you turn it into a mental illness because I just call it as I see it. And I know a lot of people have trouble with that, but I'm an artist and I see things a certain way. So why don't we just say, your mom, she's an artist, and you know, I try not to say things to disgruntle you. But the party atmosphere is not exactly the healthiest atmosphere, really. The kids see you drinking and you pretend like that's all fun and games, but it's really not. It's not fun. I mean, I just drank with Jerry just to escape it because I was so miserable. So are you drinking to escape, or are you drinking for a party? And then I see this big gazebo going up, and I'm like, those kids would have a lot of fun with the swing set. Just get them out of your hair. That's what Jerry and I put up a swimming pool. We put just to get the kids something to do, because they drive you crazy. And you got all those animals and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not trying to hurt you, and I think you're hyper sensitive to any kind of criticism from you. Just can't take it. I mean, if I say anything critical, it just jumps into your mind and freaks you out. Maybe because you're so sensitive as a child to me criticizing you. Um, I think to me, because I'm a grandma and I'm a mom and I've been through childhood and teenage years, oh, you're gonna have fun with Callista. Good luck with that, those teenage years with her. Boy. So Charlie too, he'll just be under the table and you won't know what he's doing. He's under the table and dreaming. Music, dance, get him. I was telling the governor, I said, yeah, I have a direct line. I said, if we don't introduce philosophy and the arts and STEM, I said, what are they going to do at parties? What are they going to do? Watch mold grow? If we don't have music and dance and things like that at parties, what will we do? I was talking to some high school graduate, but he had no idea who Franz Ferdinand was. And I'm like, well, that's the Dada movement. You cannot give me disrespect because I respect myself completely. I respect what I've been through, the turmoil, my parents' divorce, my eating disorder, my dad's disability that he doesn't get treatment for, the way Jennifer treats me because she's insecure herself because of her problems, her situation, the fact that you're a coward. You're a coward to stand up and talk to anyone. Well, I'm glad you stood up and talked to me, but it was on the wrong page. I slapped my mom once, and she had so abused me. Both my parents, very neglectful and very abusive. Dad emotionally, my mom physically. I lived through a much worse situation. I had to go in the hospital with an eating disorder. I did the best I could by you. I did a lot of good stuff that I never got. I never got a pony. You graduated from college. I tried to get a good dad for you. You traveled a lot. I never got to travel. You read a lot of books. I got some good friends for you. I had high school parties for Morgan and you. What I would suggest is just whatever I did that was wrong, write it all down and we'll go to therapy and talk about it. I have kept your dogs. I've kept your children. I honestly think your aggravated assault of me, the hate you feel, is something from the stress in your life that you're creating, and it's causing you a lot of stress and discontent. And it's not as much about what happened 20 years ago when you were in my household, as it's something going on in your life right now that you don't have control over. And it's a cry, it's a plea for help. What do I do? What do I do? And I would say wait. I would say until things are good with you and Matt, make sure. It just doesn't feel right yet. It just doesn't feel right. I don't know why, but you guys have so much